Someone tipped me towards my wedding, and it's one of the best tip I have ever gotten in my entire life, but I almost got a little bit greedy. Did you know that someone can tip you $100 and the next person can tip you $10,000, and the $100 is more meaningful because you get it in a time like you're really in need of that money. So here am I about a month away from getting married. And I'm like thinking about, the ring, shoes, clothes, venue, how much people is going to the wedding, every little thing you're thinking about your wife, and stuff like that. You're even thinking about after you're getting married, because you don't want to get married this week and the next week you're like thinking, where are we going to get food to eat? Where are we going to stay? Stuff like that. So we're trying to figure out every little thing, because before I get married, I was like, staying in a little one room, and I was, working on my house, but it wasn't a fast work. So I'm a person who does things consistent. So it doesn't have to be moving at a fast pace, but just stay consistent. So I'm like doing different work, and every time I get a little money, I spend like $50,000 towards the house, setting up the house, buying windows, buying doors, and next time you tile the house, whatever. So the house is almost complete, not everything, but just a nice space that me and my wife would be able to stay after getting married. So I went out this early morning, and I get some tourists to carry by God's grace. They came all the way from West Virginia. It's a husband, wife, and 2 children, and they tell me that they want to go to a beach and also somewhere else to eat and stuff like that. They wanted to go for the entire day. So I carry them to this location. They go to the beach, and then I carry them to a place they could get some food to eat. And and going home now, they saw another place because they were using the Google, and they were like, could we go to this place? So I said, yeah, sure, no problem. So I take them to that place. So originally I charged them $300, but because they do extra stop and stuff like that, they end up giving me $400. So the lady, when she was about to exit the car, because they were all having a conversation, like she and her husband and the children, they were all talking and just having a good time. So when they were supposed to leave the car, she was saying that we appreciate your drive so much. You are a good driver. You didn't rush us or anything like that, because sometimes people carrying around tourists, and they're like, if the tourists say that they want to make an extra stop, some driver will say, all right, listen, it's based on time, so you have to put this money extra, but I didn't charge them anything extra. I just give them the extra stop, and they decide to put an extra $100. So they enjoy the service so much. So Greens family, the lady said, I want to appreciate you so much. And me and my husband, we've been married for around 15 or 20 years. And I'm like, wow, so much years. Well, I'm getting married in about a month from now. That's what I said to them. And they're like, you're getting married? And I'm like, yeah. So they said they want to give me just a little thing towards my my marriage. So the wife, she opened her purse and she's like, I want to give you a little thing towards your marriage. And she gave me $100 US. And I'm like, thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. And she's like, is that okay? And I'm like, yes, that's okay. And she's like, no, let me do better than that. And she gave me another $100. And then she asked the same question again. Is that okay? It's as if she, Greens family, it's as if she wanted to tip me, but it's as if she wasn't going to stop until I say it's okay. She had her purse open. You could clearly see that, it's a lot of money in her purse. And she gave me $100. She gave me a next $100 without no hesitation. And her purse is open and she's asking me, is that okay? So, Greens family, remember, she just gave me $400 for the drive. And she now tipped me $200, right? That's $600 there. That's the money that I make in one day, quick. Like, some day you go out, Greens family, you don't even make $100. Some day you go out, it's nothing. And the next time you go out, you make $600 US in a single day. Easy. So it's ups and downs. So anyway, so when she tipped me the $200 and she asked if that is okay, in my mind now, I am thinking, wow, this woman seems as if she's going to give me all her money. A part of me is saying, Tell her you have so much problem. Tell her you have so much things to deal with. And the next part of me is saying, no man, be grateful, appreciate what you get, satisfy. Don't, try to start creating stories just because you want this person to be tipping you more. As I miss, this is more than okay. Because sometimes in a Greens family, we tell lie on ourselves. And the same thing that we speak over ourselves is the same thing that happened to us. Sometimes you tell someone a lie to, to defraud the person and to get, some extra change. And then you ended up running into the same problem, but you call down the problem on yourself. Life and death is in the power of your tongue. So I don't have any problem. So why should I be, making up stories now to start telling this lady? But that's how the devil's stay. He go always try to influence you to do things that, to go against the will. And those are the things that hinder our blessings most of the time. So because of that incident, I developed a habit of, loving to tip people. I love to tip people because of that incident. Because Greens family, I'm telling you, when I get that money, it was in a time where I, was, not really desperate, but I really needed like every extra change to put together now because, like my marriage is coming up, my wedding is coming up, and I'm like so excited about it. I just want to, like get everything right and stuff like that. So it was a time where I really needed it, and I got that tip, and I got tip that is even way more than that. I've been carrying around some people for a good time, and one time they were like leaving Jamaica, and they called me to a business place that they have, and they said, Brother Green, you've been carrying around us for so long, and you're the number one person that we choose. Come and choose anything you want right here. So many different things, Greens family. And to be honest, I couldn't even take it, because that's one of the things about whenever you find people and they're kind to you, and they show you love that, it doesn't, you don't easily find people showing you that kind of, love and appreciation. Don't take advantage of them, and, don't try to take too much out of them. And you, no matter how small it is, try and make sure you do something for them as well. So even if I don't have money and I'm not able, to give back like what they're giving to me, I try to do something. If I'm doing farming and, I'm carrying around people and they're always tipping me, always giving me extra, if it's even to say, all right, let's cut a bunch of plantain, let's cut some banana, let's carry something for these people. Let them know you appreciate them as well. Don't just be collecting. Sometimes tell them no. If I'm cutting someone's yard and the person is always paying me double, always overpaying me, sometimes you should just show up and say, you know what? I'm not charging you today. Today, this one is on the house. I am doing this one for free. That is how you should live. You shouldn't let anyone, start considering you to say that this person is really nice. But what if I don't, treat this person well? Will this person still be a genuine and good person towards me? So sometimes you have to know how to give and take. And I don't want anyone to constantly being good to me only. If someone is being good to me, I want to play my role as well. I feel as if I am not, doing the right thing if I am not, helping back that person in some kind of way. It doesn't matter how small it is. If it's even to go to the market and to buy a dozen orange, if you're talking to the person, you realize that the person like orange. If it's even to go to the market and say, all right, buy a dozen orange and care for this person, but that person is always giving you grocery, always, paying your bills, always doing whatever, and you can never do anything back for that person. So I normally go to this car wash, and there's this brother who every time I pay him to wash my bus, not this car, a next bus that I had, and I normally pay him like it's $1,500 to wash the bus, but I pay him like $2,000 each time. Every time $2,000 I keep on paying him. So I realize now that when I give him like a $5,000 bill, instead of him taking out the $1,500 and then I would tip him the $500, him start to take out the $2,000. That's one thing you should not do, because I know that most people who work in Jamaica right now, and not just in Jamaica, but most people who work and you see them constantly going back to work, if it wasn't for a tip, they wouldn't be going back to work. Because some of these big companies, say they're making millions of dollars. The people that work there, if you found out how much they're being paid, you would cry shame. I am telling you. So sometimes it's just tip that allow them to keep going back to work. And sometimes, you met people who you appreciate their service. They're not working for you, but you appreciate what they're doing, and you realize that this person deserves way more than what they're getting. So you tip them, and you just do it out of the goodness of your heart, not expecting anything in return. But this man, he started to take out the tip money before I give the tip money to him, and that is something that he shouldn't be doing. So because I saw him doing that, one day I'm like, I'm gonna test this man. So I asked him a simple question. I'm like, how much is it to wash the car? And he's like, I'm not going to charge you. No, man, me not charge you, man. You just pay me what you want to pay me, because I am paying him extra. So that's why he's saying that. So I'm like, okay, anything? He said, yeah, man, you're good, man. Me not charge you, man. Whatever you have, you just pay. So me give him $1,000. Hear him no? No, man, I have $1,500, He said, no, man, it's $1,500. So, Green Family, as long as I am overpaying him, you don't have to, talk about money. Come on, just pay whatever. But the moment I start pay him started to tell me the exact figure. So it's my good friend, even until right now, my good friend. But it opened my eyes to understand that sometimes you are going to be treating people like, treating people so nice. But the moment you start taking away the good treatment, you will start to see the real person you're dealing with. Someone can fake a smile for 10 years. So, so long you continue to do the good things for them. But the moment you withdraw from that, you will start to see that, this was the only reason why. So, when you're going to the barber shop and the barber trim you, you give the barber a tip. You go to the car wash, and you get a car wash and you give the person a tip. Or wherever you go and you tip people. You go to the restaurant and you tip them, and they deal with you so nicely. And they're showing that love to you. So just sometime just withdraw a little from that, and then you will see the type of person you are really dealing with. Let me give you an example of that. There is an artist by the name of Fat Joe, and Fat Joe was doing an interview, and he was talking about him traveling all over the world. He had 50 people, going everywhere with him. They accompany him every single where. 50 people, so he said that he was going on the next tour, but he was like one morning saying to himself, these 50 people that is, going all over the world with me, and I'm paying them well. What if I didn't have the money to, constantly pay these people? Would these people, be willing to continue, be going over with me and stuff like that? So one morning he just tested them. He just gathered his team, and he said that, we have a few more show to attend, but I don't have the money, to support the show. So we're gonna get some money after everything is rounded off, but it's not going to be much. So he's basically saying that he's like in debt and stuff like that, but it was just a test. He had so much money coming in, but he just wanted to know the real ones. So him said that the moment him started to say that, and he's like telling them now that everything that they do, they're just going to have to start paying for it out of their pocket, and probably they're going to even have to help him out with some of the project that is coming up. And out of 50 people, 44 people withdraw and like, bro, we have to go home to our family. We cannot do this no more. If you cannot pay for it, let's just call it a day, because we don't have, 44 people withdraw, and only 6 person was like, we've been so far, we've been through a lot, we cannot withdraw. Like, no, we will help you, bro, until you rise again. And when that 44 people withdraw, those 6 people, he's still walking closely even today with those 6 people. So he tested them. So anyone you are treating nicely, anyone you constantly help out, just test them, because if you don't test them, you cannot trust them. And like I said, a person can act for a very long time, so long they're benefiting from you. But the moment you're unable to do a certain things for them, they will start showing you their real color. So sometimes you just need to test them, let them prove themselves, and you continue again. So Greens family, I do hope that you have been blessed by this little video. And remember, to be tipping someone, it is just, appreciating what they're doing. So tipping is a good thing, no matter how small it is. Some people, they look at certain tip like, what is this? I carry around tourist already, and they're like, I want to give you a tip. And when they go in their wallet, it's $2 US come out, Greens family. And what do you think I say? Thank you so much. Maybe that person didn't have $1 more to spend. That's the only thing they have to spend. Some people, if you don't tip them $1 million, it feels as if you didn't do anything for them. Appreciate whatever you get. And remember, what goes around in life comes around. So the same thing you do to others is the same thing that is going to happen to you. So if you go out and you find yourself, start developing the habit of appreciating people and want to give them a little tip, no matter how small it is, if even a little $200, a little $500, whatever, there's going to be a time when you're going to start getting it in different form. It doesn't have to be someone directly giving it to you, but you'll get it in different form. Thank you so much, Greens family. If you like this video, please be sure to give a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and also be sure to drop a comment. Thank you so much. Bye bye.